Hello everyone. So today I am going to set up a simple third-person camera using the gameplay camera system in Unreal Engine 5.6. So here, this is not the regular camera. What I'm using here right now is the gameplay camera system. So a simple camera system set up using the gameplay camera system plugin. So we are going to create the basic components required for the gameplay camera system, and I'm going to remove the default camera setup in the third-person character and integrate the gameplay camera system based camera. And yeah, this is going to be a simple introduction to the system, nothing complicated. So yeah, let's get started. And before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done in my channel from my Patreon page. To the date, there are 2000 videos, and for each video, project files are available. Once you become a member, you can access everything. And I do wish to integrate the gameplay camera system into these other projects that I have been working on. So this is just an exploration and introduction to the camera system before we integrate into any of the other projects. All right. Right, so this is the third-person template in 5.6, and so I haven't done any change here. So this character is basically using the regular camera attached to the character, just like this. So we are going to replace this with the gameplay camera system today. So first thing you need to do is go to plugins and make sure that you have enabled gameplay camera, this plugin. I have already enabled it, but in case you haven't, you can just enable it and you will have to restart. And note that this is experimental yet. Right, now let's create a new folder, camera, and right click, go to gameplay. Now you see all the related things, all the things related to the gameplay camera system. So to set up this, we will at least need a camera asset and a camera rig, and another object that I don't see here called an evaluator class. So yeah, let's just create camera asset, and I'm going to choose this blueprint camera director. I'll call it CA. What should I call it? CA stands for camera asset. CA character camera. Okay, that's fine. And if you open it, now if you compile, you see no evaluator blueprint class is set, and camera isn't using any camera rigs. One is a error and one is a warning. So here, camera director evaluator class. So if you click this drop down, you don't see anything because you don't have any assets belongs to this type. So you can use this plus, and here I'll choose this folder. This is a camera director evaluator, CDE character camera. Okay, let's create one. And once I create it, it is already assigned here. And if you try to compile again, that error is gone, but you have this error, this warning still. So this is the CDE, the camera director evaluator class we just created. So this is basically where that will be, it will be decided what camera rig to use and what are the parameters, all those things. Oh, sorry, not parameters, just which camera rig to use. Here you can do, you will have to activate camera rig. You have to do this at least once so that we can activate, we will have at least one camera rig associated with this camera asset. So, but I haven't created any camera rigs yet. Therefore, I'll go back and create gameplay camera rig. I'll call it CR. Let's just say third person, because I'm going to replace the third person camera that we have within the character. This one, I'm going to create something similar to that. Right now here, as you can see here, we have this camera boom, which has which has 400 arm length. So this is behind the character. Right now here we have this CR third person. So this is the camera rig, and this is where we basically code the way we need the camera. So the first thing I want to do is we can add a camera boomer. So this here we have this boom offset. So if I make this -400, which will place the camera behind the character 400 units. Right, now that we have this camera rig here, we can activate that CR third person. Okay, now we can assign this. So instead of this, let me delete this camera boom and the camera, and then we can add the gameplay camera component here, and as the camera asset I can choose this CA character camera. So here you can see it's attached like this. Maybe I'll attach to the character base like this. Okay, so now if I play, let's see what happens. We have the camera, and it seems it looks very close. Maybe it looks like it has a very lower field of view. So we can do this. Here we have this field of view option as well. So these things, all these parameters can be exposed as these parameters and set through the character blueprint or wherever you can access the blueprint as well. So that's just something, but we don't need to worry about that right now. So I need to set this field of view. So here it's already set to 90, so I'm going to keep that, but there is only one line here that I can connect, either this or that. So we can have a sequence here, this, and then set the field of view to 90. Right, now say it looks like the regular camera we already had, and we can't rotate the camera. So that's because we haven't added any inputs. So for that, here if I go to the camera rig, input axis binding 2D, so we can use this node and we can connect this to the input slot, and here axis actions we can assign IA mouse loop. So this is already set up to work with the mouse. That is what we have been already using in the character as well. So once we assign that, note that we have all those traditional options like clamp X, clamp Y, and all other options to customize the camera behavior. That's not required for now. See, now I can look up and down with my mouse, and it's almost working as the same camera rig that camera system that we had. Right, so there are two things that I notice here. So one thing is this is inverted. When I push my mouse forward, it looks down, and backward it looks up. That's not the way that I usually set up 30% camera, so we can easily fix that by reverting y-axis. Now this is the way we used to. And the other thing is here, this movement directions are not aligning with the direction that we are looking through the camera. So here, for example, if I press W, see, it's not working away from the camera. So this misalignment happens. So that happens because in the input system, in the inputs here, where is my input? Move, yeah, here. So here we are using get control rotation, and based on control rotation, we at the moment input. But our gameplay camera does not set the control rotation by default, but we can enable that in edit, project settings, and under plugins, find the gameplay cameras. So in previous version there was a option to allow us to set the control rotation using this gameplay camera, but that has been changed, it seems, in as of 5.6. But there is a, it looks like there is an easy way to do that. Here, if you select the gameplay camera and auto activate for player, if you enable that, now it works properly. See, it's aligning in the direction that I am looking through the camera, and when I press W, the character tries to move that way. So yeah, so thanks for watching. I don't really want to do any more in this episode because I just want to explore, I just want to get started with the gameplay camera system, and I wish to integrate that into this turn-based combat system that I'm working on in my other series. I wish to integrate the gameplay camera system into this project later on, so maybe we will explore some more topics on the gameplay camera system, but this is just an introduction to the gameplay camera system. So I'm going to stop this episode right here. So thanks for watching, and as always, project files will be available in my Patreon page. Once you become a member, you can access all these projects. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.